Okay, I can't believe this. Like, see here, both the photos look so similar and one of them is taken on an 8-year-old Google phone. Poof. Alright, so today we are time traveling to 2016. Now this was a very interesting year for smartphones. iPhone 7 kicked off the no headphone jack trend. OnePlus kicked other phones and launched their flagship killer, the OnePlus 3. And Samsung got kicked out of the smartphone market thanks to the Note 7 debacle. If you know, you know. Now in all of this, there was one company that released their first phone and took the smartphone market by surprise. I'm talking about this Google Pixel 1. And we have used other Google Pixel phones, but this one, the Pixel 1, was special. Now I was curious, with the latest Pixel 8 Pro in the market, how far has Google come since the first Pixel? So I used the Pixel 1 for about a week and things are quite interesting. Stick around till the end of the video. This is going to bring back some nostalgic memory. Let's go. Now before we get into the whole video, you should know why the Pixel 1 was kind of a big deal even back then. Because see, Google was a software company. They made the Android OS which ran on many phones even back in 2016. But they never made any phone hardware. Like yes, there was the Nexus series, but those were mostly made in collaboration with LG and Huawei. Google didn't design the hardware for the phone. This Pixel 1 was the first time Google made a phone hardware from scratch and they went all in on this one. Like, it was the first phone with a pure Android experience, first phone with Google Assistant, excellent camera, and I'll get to these in just a moment, but first let's talk about the phone itself. Like, check it out. So this has a completely metal body and you get this two-tone finish on the back which gives it a unique look, and you can see shades of this design in the latest Pixel series. It has this camera visor which makes it pretty unique. No other brand has this design. Besides that, the Pixel 1 is a compact phone. It is 5 inches in size. So if you see side by side with other compact phones of 2023, Pixel 1 is still the smallest. Like, it looks so cute. It's very one-handed. Also, the in-hand feel of this phone is super. Like, even by 2023 standards, this feels like a premium phone. Plus, this was pre-TWS era, so except for iPhone, all phones came with a headphone jack. Even the Pixel 1 has it. And here's an interesting thing. So I'll play the trailer of Animal on the Pixel 8 Pro and now I'll play the same trailer on Pixel 1. See, the display quality of Pixel 1 still holds up very nicely. The colors, brightness, sharpness and all are so good. The only thing that makes the Pixel 1 not as good is this big bezels. Like, most of the phones had ugly bezels in 2016 and the front of the phone looks Stone Age if you keep it beside S23 or just Pixel 8, which makes me realize how far we have come in smartphone displays. Today we have full screen, bezel-less, curved display, 120Hz refresh rate except iPhone 15, stereo speakers and all of that thing. You will not get these on the Pixel 1 because, well, back in 2016, these were not a thing. But, the most important thing about this phone is the camera. Like, this is the phone that started it all. It was the camera king of 2016. The most important thing about this Pixel is that it proved that camera software is just as important as camera hardware. Well, we all know and love Gcam. Well, this was the original Gcam, the Google camera. So, can the old king still defend its crown? Well, we took quite a few pictures and just have a look. In outdoor shots, the camera takes really good pictures, like the skin tone, exposure, sharpness and everything is on point. There's no over sharpening or over saturation or anything. Also, this was the first time Google introduced computational photography or HDR+. So every time that you click a picture, it looks like the phone took only one photo, but in the background, the camera app takes 15 to 20 pictures and then merges all of them to produce one sharper, well-exposed, clear image. In short, similar to HDR, but way better. Another cool thing was, so back in 2016, brands used to use two lenses to take portrait photos. But Google took a bet. They gave one lens and did the whole background blur in software. And just have a look at some samples. Like, even by 2023 standards, it did a really good job. Like, there's gradual background blur, even the edge detection is nice. And here's something funny. Back then, portrait mode was called lens blur. It cannot get more literal than that. So this was all nice and honestly, I was expecting this even before making this video. But what was unexpected was low light shots. Like, see this picture of Manu we took on his birthday? Hashtag give Manu something. Follow us on Instagram and it will make him happy. And we took the same picture with the latest Pixel 8 Pro and side by side, guess which is which? The left one has the better exposure around his face and better clarity, and guess what? It is Pixel 1. I mean, how can it still take this good picture? And this was not a one-off case. We took multiple low light shots with the Pixel 1 and Pixel 8 Pro, and in most cases, I preferred the Pixel 1. Like, phenomenal. Even with the selfies, the picture quality is very good, and here's something interesting. So iPhone made this huge deal where you can change the focus after taking a portrait photo and all of that. Well, Google did that way back in 2016. See, you can change the focus. Now yes, there is no ultra wide angle camera or telephoto camera over here, and HDR Plus has gotten way better over the years. Like, see this same HDR picture side by side with the Pixel 8 Pro. Pixel 8 Pro is way better. Plus, the video performance of the Pixel 1 is not even close to a mid-range phone in 2023, whereas the Pixel 8 Pro's video is so much better. But overall, I would say the camera, more importantly, the photos from the main camera were truly ahead of its time. Now, when it comes to Android's software experience, the one phone that always tops the list is the Pixel. Like even today, this Pixel 8 Pro probably has the best software out there, and it all started with the Pixel 1. Two reasons. Number one, this was the first phone to feature Google's stock Android, meaning the OS was very bare bone, just had Google apps, neat and clean, just as Google wanted Android to look like. For perspective, Samsung and other brands used to customize their OS heavily. They were called skins, and as a result, they would become sluggish and slow. And number two, Google in 2016 had the best Android update policy. So the Pixel 1 launched with Android 7, but it got updated to Android 8, 9, and finally Android 10. So that is a full 3 years of Android update. Just to give you a perspective, Samsung's S7, which launched in the same time period 2016, was only updated max to Android 8. So the Pixel 1 had 2 more years of Android updates than Samsung. And not just that, Google kept one-upping their software game with every Pixel launch to a point where we not have AI baked in the phone that can erase objects from a photo, ensure group photos have always the best smile, and even tell you which song is playing in the locality. Add to that, Google is now promising 7 years of software updates. So if you have a Pixel 8 now, it should technically last you till 2030. As long as they keep their promise. So all of these innovations couldn't have made if the software on the Pixel 1 wasn't what it was. So yeah, this was a fun little time travel experiment for me. So what's the conclusion? I mean, what's the takeaway from this video? Well, Google did really hit a 6 with the Pixel 1. Every subsequent Pixel phone since there has been an improvement. We are now in the Pixel 8 series, and there are so many interesting things going on with the phone which wouldn't have been possible if, of course, there was no Pixel 1. By the way, we are doing a full review on the Pixel 8 series, so subscribe for that video. Also, the better Google gets in their game, the whole world of Android gets better, because if Google implements anything in their Pixel or software, it will have a trickle-down effect and come to most Android phones. I bet you the next Samsung phone will also have lots of AI features.
AI on iPhone.
Yes. Rumors are that the iOS 18 will also have quite a few AI features, and it is gonna be like a massive upgrade. I believe AI will be the trend in smartphones in 2024. Let us know your thoughts on the Pixel 1, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Pradeep signing off. Pew, pew.